Conor McGregor says he can call referendums as Ireland's next president, but experts say that's impossible. So what's really going on? Conor McGregor has repeatedly claimed that, if elected as president of Ireland, he would call referendums to give people direct control over issues like immigration and housing. However, this promise is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of the Irish Constitution. The President of Ireland does not have the power to initiate or run referendums. That authority rests entirely with the Oireachtas, Parliament. Articles 12 to 14 of the Irish Constitution, which McGregor cited as the source of his power, only outline the role and limits of the presidency, and they make no mention of referendums. In fact, the process for constitutional change is very clear. Amendments must begin as a bill in Dáil Éireann, the lower house of Parliament, pass both houses of the Oireachtas, and then be submitted to the people in a referendum, Articles 46 and 47. By suggesting he could bypass Parliament and return power to the people through presidentially called referendums, McGregor risks misleading the public about how Irish democracy actually functions. Legal experts, such as Professor Laura Cahalane of UL and Dr. Tom Hickey of DCU, have emphasized that the president's powers are extremely limited and do not include the ability to unilaterally give citizens veto power over government decisions. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want more daily UFC and MMA updates, hit subscribe to MMA Thread and stay ahead of the fight game. Conor McGregor insists he has secured the necessary backing to appear on the ballot for Ireland's presidential election. Under Irish law, candidates must be nominated either by 20 members of the Oireachtas, TDs, and senators, or by 4 local authorities. McGregor recently claimed he has councils on board and support from lawmakers, but so far he has provided no evidence to back this up. His path to nomination is particularly steep because of his controversial background. McGregor has a criminal record, including assault convictions, and in 2023, a U.S. civil jury found him liable for the rape of a woman in 2018. This severely damaged his public reputation. The Irish Mirror reported that McGregor lost around 400,000 social media followers in the weeks following the verdict, a sharp decline for someone whose influence largely rests on his online following. Even at the height of his fighting career, McGregor was a polarizing figure in Ireland. Once celebrated as a national sporting icon, he is now seen by many as divisive, with his political messaging often leaning into populism and right-wing talking points. His public embrace of Donald Trump and use of slogans like "Make Ireland Great Again" further alienate a significant portion of the Irish electorate. Meanwhile, established political figures have either announced or are weighing runs, and they carry far more credibility within Ireland's political institutions. Without strong political allies, McGregor's chances of meeting the nomination threshold remain slim. Even if he does secure a spot on the ballot, his criminal history and ongoing controversies are likely to overshadow his campaign, making electoral victory highly unlikely. In other words, despite the bravado of his declarations, McGregor's presidential run is plausible in theory, but highly improbable in practice. Thanks for watching MMA Thread. Let me know in the comments if you think McGregor has any real shot at becoming Ireland's president, and don't forget to subscribe for tomorrow's update.